I lost 70 pounds using this special tool. All food, no workouts. I know, we'll get there. There were 3 key things that I did to lose 70 pounds without exercise. Number 1, I had to admit that I was wrong. As being a very short 5-foot human, weighing in at 200 pounds, I had to do something about it. I knew that. I felt like crap. I wasn't doing that great, and I was a parent. So I started doing what everyone does. I ate healthy, and I loaded my schedule with workout after workout, and nothing was changing. I was not losing any weight. I was adding more workouts, and I was just spinning, and I didn't understand. I ate more fruit. I ate more vegetables. I ate everything that I thought was labeled as healthy, and nothing was changing. It was time for me to step back and really think about it and admit you're doing something wrong, and you don't know it all, and you can't Google your way through this. I needed help. I knew the workouts weren't the problem. I was definitely working out multiple days a week, sometimes 2 workouts a day. So it wasn't that I wasn't giving my all in these exercises. Had to have been my food, despite me thinking I was eating as clean as possible. The second step that I jumped into was starting on nutrition. I had to start with what was actually healthy, which means that my definition obviously wasn't working, and I was tired of being this hamster on a wheel that just kept spinning and spinning and spinning. So I started with nutrition courses. I learned about the different types of nutrition, and I got a nutrition coach who was able to help me with the food that I was eating. And what I very quickly learned is what the world deems or the grocery store deems as healthy, and what is labeled healthy and what I think is healthy was not really in fact healthy. I was eating good things. I was eating lots of fruit. I was eating lots of whole grains, but I wasn't pairing things correctly, and my pillars were all out of balance in terms of how I was building my plate. It was critical in me learning how to get these food groups correct and understand the basic mistakes I was making with food to help me to really start seeing the weight loss come off. This is when I started taking on all the nutrition and trying to learn about it. My life got chaotic. I had a toddler, I had a full-time job, I didn't have time to work out and nail the nutrition. So my coach at the time told me, no exercise. At first, I had so much anxiety, like how am I gonna lose weight without working out? But I trusted the process, and then once I started eating the right food, it all started melting off. And I was able to lose all 70 pounds without going to the gym once. It took the pressure off of me as trying to fit it in with my schedule. I didn't feel like I was leaving my kids at home. I didn't have to feel defeated because I was struggling in class to keep up. And I didn't have to have any of some of the self-conscious things that I put on myself. I didn't have to deal with any of those. I could just eat healthy, make better choices, not go on a crazy restrictive diet, and learn how to fuel myself for the rest of my life. And that was valuable because I could pass it on then to the rest of my family and get us all healthy. The last part of that was setting expectations. I knew I had 200 pounds that needed to be lost. I had to mentally prepare myself that that wasn't gonna happen in 2 months. I had to understand that it was a journey, and I had to be realistic in what I was going to feel. I knew there were gonna be days where I was frustrated because the scale might not move. I knew there were days where maybe the week would only give me a 2-pound weight loss goal, and I really wanted 10 pounds at a time. I had to set the expectations of what the process was gonna look like. Accept the fact that it wasn't gonna be easy. Admit that I put myself in this situation. It wasn't anybody else's fault. I'm the one who chose to eat the way that I ate that got me there. But more importantly, I had to accept the fact that I would be patient enough and remind myself that it was a process, and I was willing to put the work in and stick to it until I lost those 70 pounds. The third thing that helped me get through all of this, and was probably the most important, was facing the facts. And for any of us who aren't comfortable in our own skin or our own bodies, it doesn't matter what your weight is, it doesn't matter how you feel other people look at you. All that matters is you know how you feel on the inside. For so many of us, standing on a scale or getting on a scale is terrifying. We don't want to do it. It's like a reflection of exactly what we already know. We're not where we need to be, right? So for me, facing the fear, understanding that the weight does not define who I am. The scale does not define who I am. It is simply a measurement tool to help me recognize my progress. That meant I had to get on the scale every week. And I had to find a way to be okay with it and shift my mindset so that I was understanding that it was just a number for a graph. That was huge in doing that entire journey. The next thing that was even bigger was tracking all the food. It's good to make modifications and it's good to switch out and get a general knowledge, but at the end of the day, if you're not seeing results, you have to get down inside and really see what you're eating. That means tracking calories or tracking macros, or even just having somebody track in a food journal what you're eating. Once I started tracking and I stopped being afraid of knowing calorie counts and I stopped being afraid of getting on the scale, the rest of it just flew by. And before I knew it, those 70 pounds were off in 7 months. I didn't post this video to brag or to throw this in anyone's face. The point is, with me now being a nutrition coach, a lot of times I hear people who desperately want to make the change with the excuse of, I'll do it when I have time to work out. I'll do it when I can go to the gym. Your weight loss does not have to include fitness. Fitness will help speed it up, but don't let that be a barrier to stop you where you're at. Start with just the first step. Start getting your food where it needs to be, and then when you feel comfortable and your schedule lightens up, then you can add fitness into the routine. There's nothing wrong with going at it full speed ahead, but for those of us who are a little bit more timid and maybe don't have all the time, stop putting your health on the back burner because you think you have to be able to work out 5 days a week to get the results. If you just do the workouts and your food's not right, you're gonna be back on that hamster wheel spinning, spinning, spinning. If you're new to this and you need help, I've created a free beginner's guide to nutrition. It's gonna teach you how to build a plate and how to fuel your body with the right foods to help you start your transformation. If you're interested in having us coach you and you need more of that one-on-one accountability, feel free to give us a call. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, nutrition doesn't take a holiday. Eat healthy, people.
That is a wrap.